about the future of employee experience. What does that mean to you?
So look, to me, and especially in this new climate, I think the future of employee experience means finding a way to adjust in the new world. And we need to find a way to ensure employees are engaged, whether they are working from the office, whether they're working from home, whether they're working from the Maldives. I mean, there's this new way of working from anywhere, which I think is amazing. However, what may have been lost along that way is the human touch in terms of being connected to other people. Okay. And I think from our perspective and from my role, we need to find a way of engaging with people so that they feel connected. And we have to find different innovative ways of doing that, because the ways that we used to do that before and the ways that we used to communicate before, we can't really do. Yeah. I think what's also really important in terms of employee experience is, since we're not seeing people on a day-to-day basis, we need to also try and guide them and help them in terms of their own well-being. Because look, I think one thing that I've seen working from home is there's no boundaries really sometimes. So you just kind of work throughout and you don't have those clear lines in between. So I think it's more important now than ever for your companies and your organizations to be more focused on employee mental and physical well-being.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that, and establishing that self-care side as well is
100%. Because there's a lot of people that don't actually realize the importance of it. So you keep on working and working or doing whatever you need to do from a home perspective, but then you kind of lose yourself along the way. And I think it really is just so important just to take your morning, for example, a morning routine, making sure that you make a little bit of time for yourself so that you are focused along the day. So I think from a company perspective, we can help employees along that journey.
Absolutely, and give them the tools and the frameworks to achieve that. 100%. Exactly. And what have you learned from your own journey that is most important, in your opinion, for building employee experience?
Look, so this one, I think, as much as a lot of people would differ, because you know business is always meant to come first, but I think that people should come first. If your employees are happy to come to work, it fosters a culture of high performance, and that in essence is then better for the business. So if you focus on your people first and make sure that they are getting everything that they need, then obviously they will put in more. I've always found that when employees are more connected to the organization, they tend to put in everything. It also goes back to being incentivized and rewarded for their efforts. I think when you have that as your core, I don't think there's a way you can go wrong.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And how would you suggest that aspiring leaders position themselves in the employee experience space?
Look, I think it's more important now than ever to embrace technology. Don't fear it in any way. I would suggest start with finding innovative ways to conduct your day-to-day activities. For example, I have tried about 4 or 5 to-do list apps. You always want to find one that kind of works, and it's these day-to-day things that kind of push you into using technology more and more. And if you start with the most simple aspects of it, you tend to become more comfortable with the more complicated applications that you need to use. And I think that we need to find a way of using this kind of technology, because look, I think there are very few people who don't have smartphones in the business world these days. If we find a way of using apps and leveraging things that we can send push notifications, I think people just need to embrace the fact that technology is here to stay. It's only advancing. And I think we just need to embrace it and find ways to make it comfortable for us.
Absolutely. So bringing it in as seeing it as a tool rather than a challenge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Use it to make your life easier. I think that's the only way that people actually start seeing the value of it.
Absolutely. And it's definitely not going anywhere.
Nope.